Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sacred Silhouette with Tanya Denise. Welcome to my new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing. I am Tanya Denise, your refiner coach. I help single kingdom women transform into sacred kingdom wives. So welcome back to the channel. So today, we're still in the single and waiting series, and we're talking about tired of waiting. So some of you may have been on this journey for a really long time, just as far as like the single part of it for years. And so you get to a point where you may begin to think like, is this even worth it? Like, God, when is this going to happen? God, I am getting tired. Like, God, is there even anybody for me? Was I just making up things? So is this desire in my heart ever going to be fulfilled? And I just want to give you an encouraging word and just tell you to not grow weary in well doing. And I know that you may hear this a lot, but you are so worth the wait. And when the time is right, listen, God is going to make this thing happen. So what you don't want to do is give up right here at the end. I remember I was looking at something on Facebook one day, and it's probably like an old meme where this man, it was a cartoon picture of this man, and you probably know what I'm talking about. And he was in a mine, and he was tilling, trying to get to the diamonds. And right there at the end, he turned around and walked away. All he had to do was strike that thing one more time and the diamonds would have fell out. But he gave up right there at the end. So I want to encourage you, whoever is listening to this, don't give up. And we get to this point because in your head, we have a timeline. And I'm going to say sometimes in our heads, we have this timeline all planned out, even probably from when, being a little girl, like by this age, I want to do this. By this time, I want to do that. And at this stage where you are now, you probably didn't see yourself as being a single woman. Or if you're in a different situation, you probably didn't see yourself in the situation that you're in right now. Like at this age, you may have saw yourself like in, maybe married already, having children, just living your best life. But the thing is, God will work all things together for your good. He is in it all, working it together for your good. And so just stay the course, stay the process. Just don't give up in the end of this thing. If God put the desire in your heart, you will be a wife, but you have to do your work, and you don't want to hinder the blessings that he has for you. So in this time, I just want to just tell you, don't squander your time. Don't just twiddle your thumbs and sit back and just wait for this thing to happen or wait for somebody to show up at your door. You need to find out what the Father wants you to do in this time. The waiting process is not about just sitting here watching the days go by. They may be some instructions that God is giving you at this moment. So I just want to encourage you just to trust the process and prepare. And one of the verses that always stick to me, and I posted it, I'm going to post it in the description, is part of one of the community's verses that I stand on, is Isaiah 34:16. And it says, "Look at the scroll of the Lord and read. None of these will be missing. Not one will lack her mate. For it is his mouth that has given the order, and his spirit will gather them together." That last part, I'm going to say it again. None of these will be missing. Not one will lack her mate. For it is his mouth that has given the order, and his spirit will gather them together. So it's not going to be by your might or your power. It's going to be by the Spirit of God. God has the power to turn a king's heart. He can speak a thing, and that thing can be so suddenly. He spoke it, and it can just happen so suddenly for you. So what you don't want to do is be caught unprepared, just waiting and just looking around and just being hopeless. You know, the word says hope deferred makes the heart sick. So you don't want to be walking around with hope deferred, and then your person shows up and you're not ready. So in this time, you have to stay ready. I pray that your countenance is lifted and that you begin to prepare for the things that God has promised you. Begin to prepare for the things that you've been praying for. This is not the time to give up. This is not the time to throw in the towel. Just think about if you're baking a cake. You're baking a cake, you got all the ingredients in there, and then you put it in the oven, and then you begin to want to check on the cake and knowing, you know, it ain't ready yet. And so you open the oven, and if you open the oven too early, the cake is going to flop. Or in the middle of the cake, like around the edges, it may be done, but in the middle, it's just batter. So you got to wait until it's done. And then when it's done and it cools off, it's going to be so sweet, so good. And so just use that metaphor as you're waiting. So just continue to wait. Do not grow weary in well doing, for in due season you will reap a harvest if you faint not. And if you've been waiting this long, if you've been praying this long, now is not the time to give up. So I pray that this word blessed you. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already done so. And please share this with someone that it may encourage. And remember to click the link in the bio to grab your free gift. I pray this blessed you. And you can also click the link and see what other things that Sacred Silhouette has to offer. So I pray that this word blessed you. And remember, don't give up. And I will talk to you later. All right, bye.